I'm obviously very pleased. I think UMass, is one of the, historic programs in the game of lacrosse. And I just have so much respect for Coach Canella and the way that they do things there. And, a lot of things that we do here at BU, has UMass roots. Canella was, my mentor's boss and his mentor. And then, I was under Andy, who was under Canella, and, learning a lot of stuff there at Yale and then bringing it here. So, first thing I want to say is, how much we respect and what a great team I think they have. So, to win the game the fashion that we did, I'm obviously very excited. Love to, certainly talk about Timmy Lay and the game that he had. I thought he played with a ton of poise. I thought today he was the best player in the field and just made some great decisions. Has really been working on his finishing. He's been getting a lot of scoring opportunities over the last couple of games, but has kind of unable to, have a game like today. So he's worked really hard with Coach Lippo on his finishing and, obviously had a great game, but I thought he got everybody else involved. I thought the attack was outstanding. I thought Vince had another really good game. I think we're pretty balanced, which makes us hard to go against. I thought we scored some big goals in that second quarter when we kind of stretched out the lead. Defensively, I thought Coach Lattimore did another outstanding job with his game plan, and the guys really executed at a high level. I thought Garber made some key saves at some key moments. I was really pleased with our short stick defense. And Carson, the guys down low really locked it down. I thought Pimo was excellent. Patrick Morrison, I thought he played an outstanding game. I thought Carson probably had his best game of the season. Obviously had that big goal in the third quarter. And, Dane's really growing into our quarterback back there, making really smart decisions. So, Roy, it continues to just be a turnover machine, great turnovers and great in between the lines. And it is so important for us in that role. And it was great on the wing of the faceoffs. And, certainly Trey, Trey starting to, as their second pole, starting to get his feet up under him. So overall, I thought it was a great game. It was a program win and just really pleased.
Great. We'll take any questions.
Perfect. So obviously there's game tape and review, but today's game was the first ever actual meeting between BU and UMass. What stood out when scouting UMass's play, and what was the strategy approaching playing an unfamiliar team like that?
Honestly, what a good team they were. They played Army to within one goal, and we have the utmost respect for Army. And I think they're really slick on offense. I think they share the ball really well. I thought they were very unselfish. I think they're pretty balanced on offense. I think they have some great players on the offensive end. I think they're really organized on defense, and I think they have a great goalie. So, I thought they were a lot like us as a pretty complete team, both offensively, defensively. They're good at the X, both really good in the riding and clearing game. So honestly, I thought it was going to be like a really even game. So obviously we made that run in the second quarter that kind of stretched the lead going into halftime. So I thought that was key, but what stood out was what a great team they were.
All right. And just to kind of go off of what you touched on there with the riding and clearing, it's early in the season, but UMass and BU came in today as some of the best riding and clearing teams in the NCAA, but your team had the edge in both categories today. So what do you think helped your team outplay them in both aspects?
I thought we executed really well. I think it's a combination of execution and guys making some really big plays. I think we turned over the first two clears in the game so that we got off on a really bad start. So I was a little disappointed because, we had a game plan going in and we didn't execute on our first two clears. So, actually the one we executed and Garber just threw the ball out of bounds, which happens, but, to come back and then, be so successful the rest of the game. And they're a really great clearing team. So, to be able to turn them over in the middle of the field the way that we did, create those turnovers, I thought the attack did a really good. We challenged the attack to be involved in our ride. We 10 man them a couple times, but we played a lot of drop ride and was pretty successful in our drop ride. Got a big turnover in the 10 man in the first quarter. Garber made a great play, took away the adjacent. They threw the ball away. I thought that was a really big play. So we knew actually, it's good that you saw that. There's always like a game within the game, and we talked about that. with our guys, that it was, they were one of the better riding and clearing teams in Division I, and so are we. So we knew that was going to be a game within in the game, and I'm pleased with the way our guys rose to the occasion.
All right, and just one more question. Jake Cape played 2 games last year before he suffered an injury, but he's had multi-goal games, in 3 now back in the lineup. So can you speak on his return and what he brings to the team?
Yeah, I mean, Jake's an all-league player, and he's an outstanding, individual and human. And we missed him a lot last year. So I think Jake really was disappointed, obviously, that he couldn't play, and saw that the team needed him, and put a lot of work in the offseason. He put on 15 pounds, and I think that has really been a big thing for Jake. He's able to run through checks, take some big slashes. He's always been athletic and very fast and two-handed, but now he also has this strength to his game. So, credit to Jake and all the hard work that he did, and he's off to a fantastic start.
All right, that's all for me.
Coach, I wanted to ask you, when Timmy scores the kind of goal he did in the first quarter, a little over the shoulder, behind the back, how much does that fire up the bench, and how important is that? Obviously, you get the goal, but it seems like you guys got a lot of momentum just from all the energy that brought.
Yeah, I mean, those highlight reel goals are super important. They, like you said, Kevin, they give the guys energy, and again, that's something that Timmy works on, and we want our guys to be, we're not old school, and you can't make plays like that. We want our guys to be creative, and if it's hard for the goalie to read, over the shoulder or behind the back or whatever, and the guys get really pumped up. It's obviously a really high skill level play, so the guys appreciate that, and certainly got the bench. Our bench was tremendous again this week. We keep saying that we're winning these games with 54 guys, and we really are. So shout out to the bench and all the energy that they brought. And certainly when our reserves got in there in the fourth quarter, they played at a high level too. So I was proud of that.
Yeah, how nice was it for a guy like Will Barnes to get in, first collegiate appearance, and make a couple saves when UMass was trying to claw back. Yeah,
Will did a great job with Ben Ferraro, did a great job winning his 2 face-offs. So, it's nice to know that we're playing at a really high level, and the guys on the field are having success. But something happens crazy, our reserves are ready to step in and do a good job too. So credit to Will and Ben for being ready.
And how important was it for you going into the season to take advantage of 3 straight home games to start the year? And you did 3-0, and going into Patriot play with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, it's critical, Kevin. I mean, when we looked at the beginning of the season, and we still have a ton of season left, all 3 of these games were really challenging. I mean, Merrimack's a good team, and Bryant was ranked, and I think UMass, was right on the precipice of being a top 20 team. So to start the season at home, to play as well as we played, to get the 3 wins, we obviously have momentum going into the Patriot League, and this week's critical. We got to get better again. I think we've done a great job. The coaching staff's done a tremendous job, all 3 of them, focusing with their units on getting better as individuals, but also as a team. So really proud of the fact that from Merrimack to Bryant, we were better. From Bryant to UMass, we were better, and we got to keep that formula up. So we're playing our best lacrosse come at the end of the year.